Hello, my name is Dismith Hawkins, and for this week we were asked to read International Political Economy Contemporary Debates. After reading this article, we were asked to answer the following questions, which I will be reading aloud along with the answer. The first question was, should we support the claim that a hegemon is needed in order to create a liberal world economy? My answer would be yes, because a hegemon is a dominant military and economic power that is necessary for the creation and full development of a liberal world and the market economy. If there was to be such absence of this power, liberal rules could not be enforced around the world. The next question was, is the United States currently an altruistic or predatory hegemon? Well, in this case, the U.S. has always been dominated or pointed out more as a predatory than an actual altruistic. This is mainly because American or U.S. has always been more concerned about its own national interest. So they pretty much, if it's good for them, it doesn't matter if it'll be bad or good for the rest of the world, as long as it's good for them. That's why currently I would go for predatory. What is a soft power and which countries have it? Pretty much a soft power is getting others to do what you want. A few examples of that could be USA, Russia, Europe, China, Japan, etc. So, I mean, if we want the actual definition of it, we can say it's when a country may obtain the outcomes it wants in the world politics because other countries want to follow it, admiring its values, emulating its example, aspiring to be its level of prosperity and openness. In smaller words, or as I said in the beginning, it's just pretty much getting others to do what you want them to do. The next question is, define the development problems in the developing world and discuss how it should be analyzed and which theory is most helpful. So, in this case, the theory that was most helpful, I have had to say, is economic liberals, because they were the ones who did the research in the West. Their various contributions were given the label of modernization theory. The basic idea was that the developing countries should be expected to follow the same development path taken earlier by the developed countries in the West. A progressive journey from a traditional pre-industrial agrarian society towards a modern industrial mass consumption society. Development meant overcoming barriers of pre-industrial production, backwards institutions, and parochial value systems which impeded the process of growth and modernization. So that's pretty much why I think the most helpful one would be the liberal one, just because they were the ones to implement that modernization theory in this case. Can the development problem be solved? I said yes, because if more undeveloped countries were to actually follow the same development path as or like the same development path taken earlier by the undeveloped countries, meaning the undeveloped countries became developed countries for a certain reason or by a certain way. If the undeveloped countries currently were to follow that path, they could probably develop just as much or as good as the developed countries that are currently developed within us now. The next question is, what is economic globalization? What are the benefits and drawbacks of economic globalization, and what are the implications for sovereign statehood? So, an economic globalization means a qualitative shift towards a global economic system. The benefits would be that economic globalization brings increased prosperity to individuals, families, and companies. The downside would probably be that the nation state loses power and influences as it is pressed from above and from below, the national economy being an important resource base for nation state. What are the implications for the sovereign statehood? When national economies are being integrated into a global economy in the course of economic globalization, the basis of modern statehood might be expected to change in significant ways. That raises new problems concerning the relationship of states and markets, the availability of states to control and regulate the process of economic globalization. Two research projects that I could think of for IPE theory would be a project of the Western New Silk Road and Chinese Economic Belt Project. Another one would be if Eurasia is a suitable destination for India to strengthen its energy diplomacy. And that will be all for my part. Those were all the questions that we were asked to answer this week. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next week.